Hi, everybody. Mount Vernon Kid here. Welcome back to the Opinion Spot. How's everybody doing? Uh, on today's edition of the Opinion Spot, I'm doing another request, which comes from Fierce Lion. He actually asked me to do this, and it's actually kind of funny because if you follow my good friend Comic Uno, she just recently did a video like this too, and I watched it, and I was like, oh my god, like how ironic! Somebody requested me to do this too, and here I am. And then she wrote back, "Great minds think alike." I'm looking forward to it. Uh, yeah, it is. It is what it is, but it's cool. But Fierce Lion basically asked me, he put it on. He was like, "Hey kid, could you possibly do? Here's a request I want you to do. Could you give your thoughts on 10 characters. You guys know how I am about about odd even numbers. So you guys, I like that. Could you give me? Could you give us 10 characters that you would like to see on the Avengers in the Marvel Cinematic Universe in a possible future or so? So here I am to do it. Okay. So um the first thing I think what I need to do is mention the honorable mentions, because these are honorable mentions that will probably be on the Avengers sometime in the future. But that's always been the good thing about the Avengers and even the Justice League. Over the times they've been out since the 1960s, the Avengers, the roster has always changed, and changed. But mostly, we've always seen the trinity of the Avengers: Iron Man, Cap, Thor. Most of the time, there's always been those three on the team. That's the trinity of the Avengers. But I have a feeling that we will see the roster is going to change even after Civil War, and definitely once Infinity War comes out, and probably after that, because I still have this strong feeling that Sword is going to be established after Infinity War, especially with Thanos and everything like that. But that's another time. All right, so basically, guys, I've always looked at this. Like I said, the honorable mentions. First of all, Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, I think is going to be on the team. Definitely sometime in the future. Uh, T'Challa, Black Panther, definitely. Um, Spider Man, maybe, especially the way they're going now with him being younger, maybe. Um, but definitely those characters, and maybe even Doctor Strange to a degree. Uh, so yeah, those are kind of the honorable mentions. But here is my list. Here's my character list. Now, I won't go into too much detail for each one, but I will. So, Fierce Lion, I hope you enjoy this, buddy. And here we go. So, the first character on my list, I got my list right here. Uh, First list is, I'm going to start with the ladies first, is none other than the Jade Glamazon herself, Jennifer Walters, aka She-Hulk. Um, I think it's high time we do see Jen. Um, Although, I wouldn't mind seeing a Netflix series of hers, but I think she has such a fan base and such a following. And screw what David Goyer said about her. Screw that guy. But she has such a following. You can easily implant her in a sense, and kind of maybe give a little bit of a backstory later that Bruce, on his time where he didn't see where Bruce was, he was visiting his cousin on the down low. She got injured very badly. He gave her a blood transfusion because he didn't want to see his cousin die. And later on, she became this gorgeous, green skin, super strong She-Hulk. I think it'd be great to see her. I think it's by the time we see another Hulk of a different color, different gender, And in a sense, because I'm tired. For me, guys, I'm tired of seeing the Hulk just be Hulk. I want intelligent Hulk, the Hulk that we got from Earth's Mightiest Heroes, Avengers. That cartoon. That's the Hulk I want to see. I want to see him hold the conversation with the other Avengers, even when he is the Emerald Giant. I just don't want to see him just as Bruce, talk, but I want to see him as the Hulk. So yeah, but Jennifer Walters definitely. And Kat actually had that one too. So and here's another one I think she had. I remember her having is Jessica Drew. Spider Woman. Now, once again, I don't necessarily see how she is connected to Spider Man because she's not. Their powers are totally different, and her alone, she can even hold her own series because she is so connected, not just to Shield, but to Hydra. Her backstory is so just tragic, but she's also been that great standard in terms of Avengers as well. Um, and it's not now. Somebody would say, "Okay, Chris, if you want Jessica Drew, the original Spider Woman, how about the second Spider Woman, uh, Julia Carpenter?" I wouldn't mind seeing Julia Carpenter either. She's a cool standard character as well, but Jessica Drew definitely. I still think Kate Beckinsale could play her too. Yeah. Um, okay, so the next character is this is where it gets kind of cool too, is because I've always wanted to see her. She's been a standard member of the Avengers, and that's Tigra. Greer Nielsen, definitely. I love Greer. She's a great character. She has this really good relationship, especially with Steve. Um, you know, though of course they would probably have to update her look a little bit because let's face it, she's wearing a flat out bikini and she's a Catwoman. But her story is just really wrapped in mysticism, especially why she's the way she is. But if they do a cinematic version of her, they can easily just say maybe she's an Inhuman, you know. Uh, but definitely, I would love to see Tigra. She's a great character, and it would be cool to have somebody with stealth and reflexes of a jungle cat like Greer has. Great character nonetheless. So yeah, Greer, Nelson, Tigra. Next character would be this would really gets kind of tricky, guys, because the fact is Marvel still does not own any of these characters, and I'm shocked that they're not. I really am, and they're still under Universal for some reason. I don't get it. I thought if you weren't doing anything with these characters, they directly go right back to Marvel, but somehow they're still with it. But another character I would love to see on the Avengers, and even though she's more tied to um, uh, damn, I'm forgetting the team that she's on. She's usually a part of, but I wouldn't mind seeing them switch it up and put her on the Avengers team, on an Avengers team, and that's Namora, basically Namor's cousin. Now, Kat, I know if you're watching, Kat, I know you hate Namor. I'm not the biggest fan of his either. But his cousin Namora is definitely somebody that you can get behind. Here's a character that loves the surface world, loves being around the humans, even works with a lot of them, like uh, and you would think, okay, if somebody to represent Atlantis, why not Namora? She's a great character. She really is, and she's a character that does not get enough shine, in my opinion. And that's not on the count of fans, but I think that's just Marvel in general. Like Marvel needs to put her out there more, and you know that's just me. And the final character um, that is for basically well, not the final character. Next character is this is another one that would be a little bit tough because of the fact that she is technically a mutant, but maybe they can find something around it like they did with Scarlet Witch, and that's Firestar. Firestar has always been a prominent member of the Avengers as well. This is a woman that's been a part of the Avengers. She's been a New Warrior, and she's been with the X Men, of course. But Angelica Jones, definitely, I would love to see a part of some shape or form. And I think, but you'd be like, oh well, Chris, she's a mutant, so mutants they belong to Fox. But like I said, maybe they can find something around it, just like they did with Scarlet Witch and Pietro. So Quicksilver. So yes, definitely that. And last but not least, from the female side of things, I have a lot of females, guys. I think we need more females, definitely. And here's another character I think we'll probably see somewhere, shape, or form. Don't hold me to it, but I have this strange feeling that we may see her in Captain Marvel, and that's Miss Monica Rambeau, aka Photon, aka Captain Marvel herself, aka Spectrum. Now that's what she's called now. She's got a couple of names, but I would love to see Monica Rambeau, another character that I think would work well with the Avengers with her light powers. Just being able to use her powers in a sense like, whoa, that's badass. Could you imagine the effects that would go into for her powers? She's not like Carol Danvers. She's not like Carol. She's way different. Her powers work on light base, and she can do all kinds of things with light, like change her appearance with it, make light constructs, hard light constructs, and light blast. She can fly at the speed of light. It's just amazing what she can do, and she's another underrated character in my opinion. She's even led the Avengers back in the day, and she's a great character. I love her a lot. You can find her now on the Ultimates in the comics now, and she's just been doing a good job. Al Ewing does a good job with writing her. So yeah, those are definitely the ladies on the lady side. I only have a few men that I kind of thought of. So here's the first one. The first one is because we actually seen this character already, and it would be really cool to see him come out in some shape or form, and that's none other than Jim Hammond, the original Human Torch. We've seen him already. We've seen him already in the first Captain America movie. You got to get a good look when they're at the World's Fair. You actually see him in like a stasis pod or something, but he's there. Now you got to remember he's an android, but he's like Human Torch, but he's not. While Human Torch mostly is flames, his flames work more on radiation as well. So, but I really think Jim Hammond would really be cool. I mean, if not, if not, it would be really cool because if he's not an Avenger, then because he was an Avenger at one point. I really wish Shield was still around because he would make a cool Shield agent. Actually, in the comics now, he is a Shield agent. But the original Human Torch, Jim Hammond, yes, would be cool. Next up on this list, in terms of characters enter join the Avengers in the cinematic universe, Justice Vance Astra. Another character, yes, once again, he's a mutant, but once again, I think there could be some leeway and some loopholes to figure out. Okay, once again, he could be an Inhuman, instead of a mutant. But then, of course, then that could go to the point of people start saying, oh, especially in the comics, well, okay, we're going to change that character. He's an Inhuman now. Kind of look what happened with Scarlet and Pietro now. But yeah, Vance definitely, and he has this great relationship with Firestar. They were married at one point, so yeah, they definitely, and he's a powerful telekinetic. He can. So yeah, I could definitely see Justice, or I don't think I want to. Don't call him by his old name, Marvel Boy, but yeah, Justice would be cool. Next up on the list is Simon Wilson, aka Wonder Man. I think it'd be great to see Wonder Man, Simon, somewhere down the line. Another powerhouse, another great character um, that can hold his own. He works on ionic power. He's not really flesh and blood anymore. He's pretty much living ionic energy. which look what I want. I would want him to look more like his human look instead of his ionic look. I would want him to look, human with maybe the red eyes. He wears glasses, so nobody look at his just completely red eyes, but still be the Simon that most people love, and not the kind of, you know, crazy Simon that we got later on because his ionic power started really screwing with his head. But yeah, definitely, Wonder Man. And last but not least, and the reason why I picked this character is because I would love to see this character, and being that he Marvel would not be getting any kind of trouble because he's a public domain character, and that's none other than Hercules himself. I love Hercules in any shape or form. He's one of my favorite heroes of mythology. And I love what Marvel does with Hercules. He's been great. Now, in the comics, he is actually the cousin to Thor Odinson because Thor's mother, original mother, not Frigga, Thor's birth mother is Gaia, the god of the earth, in Greek mythology. So technically, he's kind of related to Hercules. But in this, they could really. The only problem is trying to figure out how to do Hercules and make him the real Hercules instead of, But once again, like I said, it's time for Marvel to really start looking at it like we can do pantheons and not make every godlike character an alien like they've done with the Asgardians. They're aliens in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I really want to see the Olympians actually the Olympians that they just been in hiding here. So, just and besides, Herc has been, he's been around for so long. You could just like, oh, he's just kept was under wraps. He kept it down low. He's the you could even play off how they're doing him now in comics now. He's the first hero. So, Hercules definitely. I would love to see Hercules done and all that battle experience, all that, and be like, you know what, I'm gonna join this team of heroes and maybe show them even more like, hey, you know, you guys are good, but you guys got nothing on me because I've been around for millennia, so I've gained all this battle experience. But that's just me. That's just me. So there you have it, guys. Those are 10 characters that I would want to see on the Avengers in the Marvel Cinema in the MCU somewhere in the future. Who knows? It was as geeks as we are, guys. We're not always going to get what we want, but we can dream, can't we? And like I said, with the Avengers, the roster continues to change. And like I said, honorable mentions like Black Panther, Carol Danvers, the Wasp, of course. I think Ant-Man. I think all these characters will join the team somewhere down the line. But these are characters I also would want to see. But as always, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this take, and hope I'd like to hear what you guys. What do you guys? Who would you like to see? There's so many others I could have picked, but these are just some. So thank you for the request, Fierce Lion. Go check out Comic Uno's vid. Actually, I'll put her vid, who she said, in the description, so you can check it out as well. Gotta support Cat. Like I always told her, I will always support you, and you know cheer for you and root for you, things like that. What are friends for, right? But other than that, guys, this is Mom Kid. This was the opinion spot where your opinion matters. As always, peace, one love, stay tuned, keep it real. I'm out of here, guys. Bye.